So then at some point you acquired the coin.
Well, let me put it this way. I was really wanting it, but I didn't want it enough to not have it opened up for me to see it in the raw.
You were very very serious at the time.
Yeah.
But it could still go away, but you were serious.
Yes.
You had to make a deal. Yeah.
Yes, and so I struck a deal with Steve, and it became not mine, but part of the Cardinal collection.
Right. Okay. Wow, that's outstanding. And then how long did you own the coin for?
Yeah, 4 years.
4 years. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Then didn't you consign it to the auction? And then how much did it bring?
More than 10 million.
Wow, that's a lot of money. And at the time, it was a record, right? It was just phenomenal. $10 million for a coin. I think it's exciting that you're such a real collector that you were able to hold a $10 million coin in your hands raw. You just can't beat that. That's pretty good, So, yeah, that's great. Okay, so where did you progress from there? I know you've been into some other amazing coins, some other amazing early coins. Give me a flavor of what else you got into.
Yeah, so the original bust dollar collection was auctioned off in 2005.
Okay.
And then I did, the Cardinal collection did, a collection of the earliest designs, and so ended up finishing that, had for the different denominations, and they were some really good things too. But what happened was, out of the blue, someone wanted those. And one of them was a $5 gold piece that I believe now resides in a PCGS 66 plus.
Wow.
I got a lot of money from that one.
Wow. That's a big deal coin. Wow.
Yeah.
Very big deal. Okay. So you're kind of entering into gold a little bit at this point?
They were very, available, and so I had a pretty good one.
Yeah.
I had 1795 5, graded 65.
Yeah, that's great. So you're really getting a lot of experience under your belt. You're buying big coins, you're selling a big coin, you have some really neat early gold coinage. Your progression is quite fascinating. I mean, what were you learning, and how were your tastes changing? Like, how did it start to evolve? You're like, I completed this set, now I'm going to move on to this. Like, tell me about that.
So the Cardinal collection is a nonprofit, and what it does is to create educational information. Even while the Cardinal collection had all of the different bust dollars, I put out a publication that PCGS still uses to decide what something is on the dollars.
Oh, really? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that's right. You identified all the different specimens, pretty much, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great work of art.
Yeah.
It's great work.
And so that was done. So more is educational, and so I didn't have the opportunity to create a document for gold coins, because it ended up happening just that fast. And so instead, the Cardinal collection created a complete set of large cents from the beginning to the last, most of them in the most highest grades.
Really, wow. What was your favorite coin in the set?
I guess that was the 18/7. That was graded PCGS 66 red.
Yeah, I've seen that coin.
That's the one.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It's
Yeah.
like a recent penny you pick out of your change. It's fully complete red. Isn't it shocking how a copper coin can survive, 200 plus years and still look like it was minted the day before? How is that possible? People really just have to take care of it for a very long period of time.
Well, that coin has a history.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bought for a birth.
Excuse me?
So the coin was purchased in the day,
Oh, okay.
and the mother bought that, or actually pulled it out of circulation,
Yeah.
so that she could give that to her son.
Wow. So instead of like how today somebody would buy a 2021 Silver Eagle or a 2021 proof set, it was like, hey, let's find this large set and this set that's in circulation and
Yeah.
give it. That's cool. So it's carefully preserved all that time, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. That's very cool. So at this point, what have you been working on the last 2, 3, 4 years? What's got your attention these days?
Going back into the future.
Yeah.
So basically, my favorite design was the flowing hair coins, and that was all predicated on the metal that Benjamin Franklin designed, and he hired probably the most revered engraver in Dupree, and the image on the front is just
Stunning.
it's stunning, and on the other side, the wording on there is very, very well said.
Yeah. So this 1787 Libertas Americana, did I pronounce it right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Beautiful coin. So so what's the story behind Ben Franklin? He commissioned the coin. Did he bring them all back on the ship? How did that work? Like his DNA is all over that coin. It's phenomenal. It's a piece of American history.
Not all of them.
Okay.
So it was his idea, and that was the era of where he was in France, and he was working with other engravers for the medals to be awarded to those of the war. But the one that was Libertas Americana, that was not one of the ones that were ordered. So he paid for it all by himself.
Wow, interesting. Yeah.
2 were made in gold, probably 60 in silver, and likely 200 in bronze.
Wow. So where are the 2 gold ones?
Dead.
Oh, they don't exist.
No, because that was before the war in France, and the 2 gold ones were going to the king and the queen, which were both beheaded.
Wow. Okay. That's a good story. A very cool story. Okay, Martin, so there's going to be a lot of people that watch this video, thousands of people. And there's going to be new collectors. They're just building a set of American Silver Eagles. There's going to be some advanced collectors that are putting together sets of proof gold. But you, my friend, as a collector that's probably in the top 1% in terms of your experiences that you had over decades and the type of coins you've collected, you have a lot of knowledge. You just have a lot of experience to share with people. What are some of the couple things that you would recommend to any new collector, no matter what they collect, to how to approach and have a better experience collecting coins?
I would certainly want them to actually read. Go to libraries if you don't have the funds to buy books like that, or better, if you could create your own library for that, and you'll learn so much. You'll be doing very well when you're looking over coins. You'll recognize different defects, and you can also recognize a very, very good coin. So there are, tons of books out there. You can probably find books for everything again. I mean, it's you'd identify and put that knowledge to use. So I would also tell them that they should attend conferences like this, so that they can see what's out there and what you like and what you don't like. And also, and this might be the most difficult, is to buddy up with someone to teach you.
Yeah. A mentor, good old-fashioned mentor. That's good. Yeah, some great advice. I think the cornerstone, like you said, is building your own numismatic library, finding the resources, and looking at a lot of coins. And as you look at a lot of coins in hand, you'll learn to recognize what's good and what's not. It just takes time. You can't wave a magic wand.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
It's been over the years, but I have a library, and I expect at this time in time probably has 10,000 volumes.
What? You have 10,000 books on coins?
Yes.
That's insane. That's awesome. That's incredible. Is that one of the largest libraries of all time?
I have been told that I have the largest library west of the ANA.
That's incredible. So did you buy a house just to store your books too as well? I mean, that's a lot of storage.
It's in a business.
Wow, that's great. That's cool. Yeah, that's very cool. So do you have any other advice you give to collectors?
Think things over twice or three times before saying, boy, that looks nice, here's my money.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, that's good advice, because you never really, the first impression is always the best impression. And sometimes if you're not really looking and you're getting too emotional, you can pull the trigger a little too quick. You got to have a solid foundation. Yeah, for sure. So thank you. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate all the advice you've given collectors and sharing your stories. They're really quite fascinating stories. So thank you, everyone, for watching this edition of Slab Lab with Mr. Martin Logies. Really had a good time here. Thanks. Very cool. There you go. Yeah, that was good.